Welcome students, welcome to my next video. Before I start the video, let me request you, if you like the video, please do like it. If you have not subscribed it, please do subscribe it. And if any of your friends are not aware of the video, please do give the awareness and also let them take the benefit from this video. Now today's topic, what I'm going to deal is topic number 6, Indian struggle against colonialism. SYJC, history. Now my dear students, I request you to just close your eyes and imagine whatever I am saying. It is very easy, History is learnt with different techniques. Now, one such technique is imagination. And whatever I'm going to tell you, please visualize it in your mind by closing your eyes. And you will find that this will be registered in your mind in the form of a story. Okay? So, my dear students, now let me first start with the struggle of 1857. Before I start with struggle of 1857, there is always a doubt. Before the struggle of 1857 or the uprising of 1857, was there any struggle before? Was there any uprising before? Yes, my dear students, there were uprisings, and uprising took place, but it was in small pockets. And because it was in small pockets, it was easy for the Britishers to suppress it. Now the question may arise in your mind, who were the people who gave the spark of this uprising? It was the hermits, we say Sadhu Baba, those who were saints. These were the people who gave the spark to the people for the uprising. There were few handful leaders who were there, who were against the Britishers. But the saints and different religious leaders, they gave a spark to the people before the uprising of 1857. Now, my dear students, let me tell you, in the year 1818, British East Indian Company took charge of Khandesh. And in Khandesh, there were Bhils in this region of Stappuda, Stamala, and Ajinita, united against the Britishers. Then Trimbakji, an advisor of Bajirao II, was imprisoned by the Britishers. He ran away, or he escaped from the prison under the leadership of Gadgeji and Mahipa, the nephew of Trimbakji. The Bhils revolted against the Britishers. There were 8,000 Bhils who participated in this revolt. Now, you can imagine the tribals, They revolted against the Britishers. Now, what was the step taken by the Britishers? Captain Briggs blocked all the supplies coming to the Bheels. Mount Stuart, Elphinstone, our British officers, he adopted the policy of pacifying the Bheels. He recruited Bheels to protect the travelers. He offered them jobs and pensions. However, the policy concerning the Bheels was also continued. Major Morin left no alternatives for the Bheels but to surrender. In 1822, under the leadership of Harya Bheel, was crushed by Captain Robinson. Another revolt of the Bheels, and thousands of Bheels participated, was crushed. Lieutenant Otteram, however, he also stayed among the Bheels and won their confidence. But you can see here, when the Bheels were opposing, you saw several Britishers, by offering them the bribe, by giving jobs, by giving them the support, they wanted to bring the Bheels into the mainstream of urban life. Now, my dear students, these measures were adopted, and the declaration of amnesty, land grants, agricultural loans, and those who were caught for different crimes in the past, they were recruited in the army to weaken the opposition of the Bheels. And ultimately, what has happened? The Bheels, who were revolting against the Britishers, they were friendly. Now, we will see what happened in Nanded. Hansaji Nayak ruled the region of Nanded. He refused to merge with Nizam's dominant. On the contrary, he conquered some forts of Nizam. The war was inevitable. Major Pittman, Captain Ivan, Captain Taylor, the regiment of 400 soldiers joined Nizam for his protection. The war continued for 25 days. In the end, Hansaji was defeated. In Satara, Ramoshi community, Ramoshis revolted under the Chidur Singh, Santaji Nayak and Umaji Nayak were among the captains heading the Ramoshis group. They seized the consignment of some moneylenders that was in transit from Pune to Mumbai. In 1824, Umaji Nayak seized the government treasury. Both together with their activities made Britishers desperate. To put an end to their activities, British government declared an award of 5,000 each for catching Umaji Nayak and his mate Bhujapa Pandya and Yeshaji. Meanwhile, Umaji Nayak regularly held meetings with his people and planned for further action. To stop it, British ordered the peasants not to offer any help to the rebels, like food, clothing, shelter, or money. In addition, people were threatened that their land will be confiscated by the Britishers. They also ordered people to inform the government about Umaji's whereabouts if they come to know of it. Captain Davis, with the help of 5 companies of cavalry, began to chase Umaji Nayak. However, he did not succeed in his task. The rebels were continuously at war with the Britishers. After changing the location from Satara Vai to Kolhapur, Captain McIntosh took over the task of capturing Umaji. Umaji ordered his mates to kill the British officers. However, the British caught Umaji. Umaji was present in the court and he was sentenced to death. He was hanged at Pune. Now, my dear students, further we will see, angered by the British policy, the members of Sawantwadi aristocracy got together and revolted against the Britishers. However, the Spooner, the British political agent, was successful in crushing the revolt. Even after their defeat, few of the Sawantwadi aristocracy re-attempted the revolt, but the Britishers had to impose military law in the area. Captain Otteram finally managed to end the revolt permanently. Now we will see what happened in Kolhapur. The Gadkaris. Gadkaris were salaried officer in Maratha regime. The British government took away the authority of Gadkaris and stopped paying them salaries. The first resistance to the decision was raised at Samgad near Kolhapur. Captain Otteram arrived with his platoons to bring Gadkaris under control. However, in the first run, the rebels were successful in taking charge of Panhala, Pavangad, Vishalgad. Later, more equipped platoons arrived from Madras, now so called as Chennai, and Gadkaris were forced to surrender. Now, thank you very much, my dear students. I end my first part here. And I wish you all the best for your examination. Now, my dear students, it's a sincere request. If you like the video, please do like it. If you have not subscribed it, please subscribe it. And the people are not aware of this video, please do give the awareness to the people. Thank you.